How can we, as individuals, protect the future? Hi, I'm Kyla Dobson. Future Clock T-minus 20 years is looking for new members. Our organization is dedicated to education and using DVDs, music, and the internet to spread the word. We are all inhabitants of planet Earth, yet we continue to abuse and underestimate the damage we are creating. It's time to bring about change. It's time to have these simple elements of nature returned to a sustainable level. It's time to face these problems and work together to find logical solutions. Do your part. Why not become a Future Clock member today and help build a team of professionals who care about the future? Help us reach out and educate future generations about these problems before it's too late. Future Clock T-minus 20 years. Join today. We got to find a way.
Once upon a time, the world was a simple place, where nature in all its glory provided the land, the seas, and the forests. And then we came along, and we realized we needed to be sheltered from the rain and the cold. As humans, it was understood that we could use the vast forest to our advantage, and then the trees became a source of products, limited only by the depths of our imaginations.
Back when all caution was outweighed by daring, for spontaneity was outweighed by age, we blazed our trails with abandon, not caring, and wrote our own page. We leave behind the things we couldn't carry, cling to the ones that we felt mattered the most. We pulled together, hell-bent on adventure, and hitched to the coast. And we all fall down, and it all gets turned around. We all fall down.
And before long, the trees became magnificent ships, and then railways, and then even great cities.
To head out upon graduation. This time we figured we had it down cold.
The news from the forest is not as striking because the less visible and immediate nature of forest growth or its disappearance allows memory to fade. The forest cover 8,000 years ago was approximately 6 billion hectares. Today it is 3.6 billion hectares. Here in our own backyard in the Gatineau Valley, the white pine and the white oak are now a rarity. They were dominant. They were widespread, dominant species until the savage exploitation at the end of the 19th century.
And we all fall down, and it all gets turned around. We all fall down.
Future Clock's problem number 2, deforestation. It wasn't really anyone's fault. The logging companies provided the machinery, and the great rivers provided the highway to the people. It was simply supply and demand. But have we demanded too much? Why in the year 2005 have logging companies been forced to close down operations? Have we gone too far?
Until the Second World War, at the end of Second World War, we lived in the belief that we are surrounded by nature which is plentiful and unbounded. And whether it was thinkers on the right or the left, whether it was Karl Marx or John Stuart Mill, they believe that we can live off nature happily forever after. Marx said that everything which comes from nature is for free. Can you imagine this somebody saying this today? Marx was not an idiot. Marx was a 19th century man, and in the 19th century everybody thought this way. So now we know that we live in a nature that is finite. And this has fantastic consequences for every one of us and for all our thinking. Because, first of all, economy has to be rethought in terms of this new situation. Since we cannot live happily forever after, abusing nature, we have to change our behavior. But today we have the moral commandments to stop at red lights in the traffic. So it means that our ethical systems has to be enlarged and adjusted to this problem of our relationship to the environment.